Greetings! My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome to Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Alright, so, funny story about this one. Back a long time ago, when Markiplier was first releasing Amnesia videos, yes, I'm that old, that I was already a young man by that time, I started seeing, I started watching the first one, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of interesting, I should go play it, and, I should stop playing this, stop watching this, and go play it for myself, so that I don't get it spoiled. And then I didn't. So yeah, it's been about, what, over a decade since then, and I still have yet to play it or see anything about it. Well, I've actually watched a couple of, like, the custom stories for it, so I know vague things about it, but about the actual original story, I know nothing. Except what can be gleaned from the first couple minutes. So I figure, why not play it now? After all, I'm not really sure what else. Well, So, let's play it the way the game was designed to be played. What does hard mode even do? Autosave is disabled, and saving your game costs tinderboxes. Ugh. Limited saves. Blah. The worst method of artificially increasing difficulty. Anyways.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Alright. My name is Daniel, and there's a shadow hunting me. Yeah, those both seem like important things to remember. What the fuck is that fluid? Wine, maybe? Well, obviously that fluid is water. A memento. Right. Follow the liquid trail to its source. Green stain, purplish. There's that magenta. Strange stains and are those flower petals? Why are there flower petals? Oh, I feel woozy. Ah, yes, this system of pushing and pulling. It's a interesting one, to be sure. Interesting to rhyme with scum. And breakable pots. Alright, I'm sold on this game already. Oh, look! Part of the intro. And hey, look, it's that helmet I knocked off. Heh. I don't know why that's funny to me. Alright, I should warn you that this... obviously this is a horror game. Me, I'm not really affected by horror games. No, I can't. Yeah. I don't really get affected by, like, jump scares and stuff. I'm not an easy person to disturb. So don't be expecting any, screaming. Well, no, not scared screaming, at least. Alright. There might be some frustrated screaming, but hopefully not. I warn you, I have a helmet, I'm not afraid to throw it. Yeah! Dude. Calm the fuck down, it's just mysterious laughing in the walls. And screaming. Calm down. Let's see, do I have an inventory? Yep. Oh, my sanity is crystal clear. Oh yeah. Forget about that. Sanity mechanics. Let's see what brand of ridiculous the sanity mechanics will be in this game. I've never encountered a game that actually has reasonable sanity mechanics, but honestly, it's not exactly something that you could really pull off with simple meters and shit. Insanity is a very complicated thing. Man, this place is a dump. Do you live here? Do you live here, Daniel? I mean, I guess it's a bit of a fixer-upper. Fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople. Or is it Istanbul? Alright, so we've got a bit of a time frame. Witnessing unsettling events will reduce your sanity. Sure, why not? But yeah, that means this game is almost certainly takes place before 1930, if it's calling it Constantinople. Or he's just someone who prefers to call it Constantinople for whatever reason. What the fuck are those? I don't know. Some kind of strange insect, I think. Looks almost like a mix between a slug and a beetle. Visually speaking, honestly, this game is pretty fucking great. Especially for a game from over a decade ago, I suppose. Really stood the test of time, unlike this castle or whatever this is, which is falling apart at the seams. Ooh. Here we go, lantern. Let there be light. Quite limited light, however. Naturally. Oh. Oh, no. I thought it was just a bit of debris. I thought it was a scroll or something. Yeah. Okay, so when standing in darkness, your sanity will slowly drain. What a wuss this Daniel is. I prefer to be in darkness for the most part. 30 windows. Fire. I wonder. Probably not gonna work, but... No. There is somewhat a bit of... there is a bit of destructible objects in this game, but not quite to that degree, evidently. Alas. Can you imagine if you could set stuff alight and use that to light your way when you're running, when you want to conserve your limited oil supply. That'd be fucking cool. Oh, it's very insistent that I look at this. Okay then. Ooh, oil.
19th of August, 1839.
Ooh, voice acting.
I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there'll be anything left after I consume this drink.
Nope, completely empty head.
Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible.
Yeah, hate that bastard.
Go to the
whoever
inner
he
sanctum,
is.
find Alexander, and kill him.
Yeah, I'm game.
His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong.
Yeah,
He will be no
macho
match
man.
for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you.
Yeah,
It's a
following
living
everyone, isn't it?
nightmare,
That's how shadows work.
breaking down reality.
Oh.
I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him.
Yeah!
Your former self, Daniel.
Alright. Well, I have no idea who Alexander is. And am I someone who's so willing to be gung-ho about murdering someone on the advice of some random note written by my former self? Hell fucking yeah, I am! Woohoo! Murder! Traveling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with neglect of family. Alrighty then. Are those little bits of things in the loading screens? Bits and pieces of memories of Daniel that I'm recalling? Oh! Ow.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
Well, this definitely
In a manner
is.
of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Alrighty then. What is with all these petals? I'm not certain if they're rose petals, but they're red petals. You'd almost think that they're they're droplets of blood, but for the way look at the shapes you can see on their surface. Look at that little white part on the edge. Look at their shape. Yes, those are definitely petals of some sort. But I'm no botanist, so I'm not really certain of what sort. Okay then. What the fuck is that? Some sort of organic tissue blocks the path to the refinery. Can it be dissolved? It can't be torn by hand or tools. Couldn't you just crawl through? Oh, no, there's a bit... Oh, no, actually, the door looks fine. You could just fucking crawl through. Okay. Fine, I guess I'm gonna have to probably go on a voyage of hours to search for some place to find something to dissolve it, because apparently he somehow knows that it's incapable of being torn by tools, even though he hasn't tried. Laboratory. Here's where I'd find something that would dissolve it, I suppose. He fell to the kitchen floor. Tears were beginning to well in his eyes as he received the first kick in his stomach. Hazel remained hidden, in fear she too would be punished. Man, this place is falling apart around me. I feel like if the very roof could cave in at any moment. Alright, don't look at the bugs.
That fragrance.
What?
Damascus rose.
The fuck? Maskless Rose. That's kind of funny. I was just playing a game about masks and roses a while ago. But yeah, I can understand looking for too long at horrible bugs might drain your sanity. An issue like that with roaches.
There should be more cooperite.
Of course. You always need more cooperite.
Let me see. And 1 part aquafortis.
Of course. Don't want to have too much aquafortis. That's just obvious. Yeah. For the record, cooperite is a type of copper ore, and aquafortis is an archaic term for nitric acid. In fact, these are made of sterner stuff. Makes sense if they're gonna be holding stuff like acids and such. Don't want them breaking and getting all over important stuff. What about this? Yep. This is my 3rd attempt to produce artificial vitae. Artificial vitae? You mean like aqua vitae, as in distilled spirits? Or do you mean as in just artificial life? Or are you referring to, say, artificial blood? Since it's often referred to by similar manners. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cooperite binds them well. Zinc and arsenic sulfide? And cooperite. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, and hope it will produce a more even solution. Aqua regia is of course a mixture of nitric acid and hydrofluoric acid. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acidic. Yeah, imagine that. You put a compound of zinc and copper with fucking arsenic sulfide in with thing composed of 2 separate acids, and surprisingly, the solution is highly acidic, and proved impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution, and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. And what is your predicament? It sounds like trying to produce artificial life, or maybe artificial blood. Something of the sort. Is he a vampire? Hi. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Alright. Wine cellar, huh? I hope I don't wind up dying in a tragic cheese tasting accident. The door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London. Seemed appropriate somehow. What? Just a memory. Can I? No, I can't like that. Ah, shit. Find a key. Alright. I'll give more recording. Alright. Go to the half-hour mark, I suppose. Did I bust this open? Probably not. Ooh. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. The question is, was I the young boy, one of the children, or the victim? Or perhaps these aren't even my memories. Library. Rare books, obviously. You think I have... Catalog. Do you think I have no understanding of Latin? Oh, well, probably most of the people who play this don't, so fair enough. Wilhelm's contract. The contract he made that so many movies could use his voice. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerich. Remember, you always open them bottom to top. So that you don't have to close them after you open them to get to the next one. Studium, alright. That's better.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Ah, I see where this is going. They uncovered some ancient evil or artifact or something. Yes. Presumably, they uncovered some ancient artifact, and now Alexander is using it to do the evils or something like that. At least it's not ancient Egypt this time. They seem to be involved in like a good 80% of these sorts of ancient evil buggery. Oh no, a book fell. The horror. Music. No one here. And this doesn't seem to be one of those pianos that can play on their own. Looks to be dead of winter, perhaps? Maybe it's just foggy. It's hard to say. Can I? No. How about this? What the fuck was that? Someone playing the trumpet really poorly. Snake? Snake? Snake! No. Cobwebs. They look of more or less the ordinary variety. Probably won't be dealing with any giant spiders anytime soon. Delineate Imagines Tabulatus. Floor plans. I mean, that's more or less what it means, I suppose.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries.
I noticed.
When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Ready then. Who is this person that we're working with anyways? Perhaps it's, well, Alexander. What, that worked? I was just, well, don't think we're gonna be going back that way anytime soon.
"17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our
Always a
torches
good
burned
thing to do.
faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber.
As opposed
The
to a
walls
pro
were
chamber.
lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
First so sudden but inevitable betrayal. They probably just didn't like you and tried to try and kill you off.
You have to be swift. when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Well, that's a comforting
Isn't
thought.
all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
You very much can. Come on. There we go. Altstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lords, Altstadt. Deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet, forest-clad mountains, dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks, dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods? And what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title, rather. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. Because he never died and was never born. Well, one of those things anyways. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. Alright. Interesting. Is this gonna be one of those situations like in Thief, where Daniel was helping to recover some ancient artifact, only for it to actually be something that Alexander, who's actually an ancient evil or something, needs to do some evil plan? Or maybe it's just sealed away power, something, I don't know. What I do know is that this narrows down the time frame. This is taking place sometime after 1801. So that only leaves over 100 years. Yay! I don't know what that is for me. Ah. This must be the mechanism we was talking about. Sweet! Ha! The classic sliding book case. Hang on. How did it slide? There's clearly no mechanism for it to slide. Now that's curious. Curious indeed. Maybe it's a... No, there's nothing below it. Above it, maybe? I can't quite see, but no. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Curiouser and curiouser. Ooh. Regarding closing of the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I'll feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. Why? Is it some kind of mind-controlling wine, or is it just poisoned or something? Or maybe he's just wanting to get them drunk. I don't know. Human vessels, though. That's an interesting turn of phrase. Vessels. Some kind of body snatcher situation. Okay, we're back here. Alright. What about that, though? Studio. Or is that... I don't know. Guess it's time to make my way back. Oh, hi. I'm gonna go say hi. And he's gone. How rude. Looks like a mummy kind of guy, maybe? Hard to say exactly. I didn't get a good look at him. Yeesh. The stone slab looked like a safety measure. It wasn't meant to be moved ever again. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Alrighty then. Things are getting weird. Really weird. And considering it's been, yeah, over half an hour, this seems like a good place to stop, shall we? With fleshy growth suddenly appearing. This seems like a perfect cliffhanger. Alright. So, that was Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Unsurprisingly, it starts with me getting amnesia. Although intentionally so, which is a bit surprising. Well, it would have been. Yeah. I mean, more than one really big YouTuber got their start playing this game, so, I don't know. Maybe meme magic will lead to me being boosted to incredible success from playing this game. Or something. I don't know. But I do know that some new Amnesia game, Amnesia Bunker or something, did come out relatively recently, or at least this year. So maybe that'll drive a few eyes my way. If not, well, at least, well, if this game turns out to be engaging, there's a whole wealth of custom stories to play, just like with Thief. So I shouldn't be starved of content anytime soon. With any luck. But, any luck is a precarious proposition when it comes to me. But, until next time, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.